Good morning and welcome to another video. So today I'm gonna be taking y'all through a full day of eating, showing y'all all the tips and tricks that I've used to actually drop around 20 pounds since I've started my prep for my men's physique competition this summer. So it is currently June 18th, 2019, so I am 38 days out and I probably still have to drop around 10 pounds, but today I'm going to be showing y'all exactly what I'm eating and what I do throughout the day that actually helps me suppress my appetite and also just help me feel full and just a lot better throughout the entire day, even while I'm eating such a low amount of calories. So my total goal calories for today are going to be 2,800 calories. It's going to be 250 grams of protein, 250 grams of carbs, and 65 grams of fat. So I'm gonna go right now and eat breakfast because it is actually 8:30 in the morning. So I'm gonna show exactly what I'm gonna do for breakfast and how I actually make it a little bit more dense, even though the calories are gonna be really low, to help me actually feel a lot fuller as I'm just going throughout my entire day. Now, before that, I am gonna go hop on the scale showing you how much I am weighing this morning. So let's go ahead and do that and then get some breakfast. So I just did a new low weigh-in of 188.4. All right, so the first tip I'm gonna be telling y'all is to actually invest in a little scale like this one to use in your kitchen. So this is gonna be extremely important because I truly believe that at least for the first 2 weeks of while you're trying to cut, you do really need to try and track everything you're eating just to at least get used to actually tracking everything. And once you kind of get an idea and be able to just estimate things just off of eyeballing it, then I don't think you have to be truly as nitpicky and measure everything out until you reach those later stages of your cut. But at least for the beginning, I do think it's extremely important to invest in one of these scales and actually use it to track everything you're eating and log that into an app such as like MyFitnessPal. So this way you can actually get a more accurate representation of how much you're eating a day and see how that's going to affect your body weight every single day. So that way you know whether you need to eat a little bit more food because you're losing weight too fast, or take out a little bit of the food because you're just not losing any weight, or even you might be gaining weight. So let me show you exactly how you actually use this scale. So first thing you want to do is actually just click this button right here to turn it on. And then whenever you want to measure anything out, you want to just go ahead and put the bowl on top and you click tear just to zero it out. So for breakfast right now, I'm going to be having these Quaker oats, old fashioned, and I'll be having 60 grams. So you just start pouring it in until you reach that like 60 grams. Oh, it's 62, but honestly, I'm not going to take that 2 grams out just because I don't think it's really necessary to be like super anal about everything and get the exact measurements. So if you at least get like less than 5 grams off, I think it's fine. There's no true need to get too worried until probably when I get in the later stages of my prep, probably around 3 to 4 weeks out. I'm gonna make sure everything is to the gram to get a much more accurate representation of how much I'm eating, so I can make sure I be able to manipulate that even more, so that I can lose that last few pounds or last, just amount of body fat that I need for the show. So I'm gonna be doing that 63 grams, and then you're gonna tear it again, and I'm gonna be adding almond milk. And I actually did just find out last week that apparently for every gram, it's gonna be 1 milliliter. So every gram equals a milliliter. I actually didn't know that until I found that out like last week. So there's a little tip for you guys in case y'all are curious on like how many milliliters you need to use when you're looking at like the nutrition facts, because they don't give you the grams, they give you milliliters, but it equals the same thing. So I'm just gonna put like a little pinch of salt and throw that into the microwave for about 2 minutes, let that heat up and cook. And then I'm gonna start actually working on the other items that I eat for breakfast. So I'm actually about to make myself some egg whites, and whenever I make them, I am using coconut oil to actually add some extra fats in because I do need to hit that 65 grams of fat. Now, I wanted to show you how to use the scale whenever you're trying to measure that out, because coconut oil does add up pretty quick, which of course you can just use anything like a little olive oil spray and it'll decrease the calories a lot more. But because I do need the extra fat, I'm gonna be using it. So obviously I'm not about to take this pan and put it onto the scale. So I'm gonna show y'all a different way to actually measure out how much you're gonna need. So I'm gonna be taking 5 grams, right? So what you're gonna do is you just actually wanna take like a jar, and you can do the same thing for something like peanut butter. Once again, even it out. And then you're gonna actually just take some out until you reach that 5 grams. So that's 4, right? There you go. So that's the 5 grams. And then I'm just gonna take this and put this on the pan and then start heating it up and make my eggs. For breakfast, so I'm having the egg whites and I throw in a little bit of that spicy salsa just to give it a little bit more flavor. And now this is gonna be my biggest tip. It's gonna be to add a good amount of vegetables to your meal. So I have this handful of spinach and I just threw on some of that zesty Italian just to give it some flavor. And then I have the rolled oats, which as it was cooking, I just threw in some cinnamon. And I actually threw in one extra ingredient that makes it so much better. But I'm gonna let y'all wait until the end of the video because I do end up eating that again for like a late night snack. So if you are curious on how I actually make the oats taste like 1,000 times better, I'll show y'all that later in the video. But the total macros for this breakfast is gonna be 465 calories, 13 grams of fat, 45 grams of carbs, and 41 grams of protein. So I'm gonna eat this up and go get ready for work. So I'm gonna let y'all see a little time lapse of me eating in 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, so it is 11:30 right now. I'm about to have my second meal of the day. And over the past 3 or 4 days, I've been kind of testing out, seeing how I feel while dividing up my food to about 6 meals a day rather than just the 3 meals I'm usually eating prior. And I feel a lot better just because before, whenever I was trying to get in all those calories in just 3 meals, it felt like it was just bloating me up and irritating my stomach because I was just getting a lot of food in one seating. And then also I had to like push my meals and even like space them out more, and ended up making me hungrier throughout the day. So I started dividing it up, having 6 meals a day, and I felt a lot better. And I'm not feeling bloated. I'm feeling a lot tighter in my abdominal region, and I'm feeling relatively full throughout the entire day. So right now I'm gonna be having some lemon pepper chicken and brown rice, which is a low glycemic carb, so it should help with making it easier to digest. So I'm gonna eat this up and then I'll show y'all exactly what I do between all my meals to actually help keep my diet suppressed and just help me not feel hungry throughout the day as I'm waiting to eat my next meal in the next 2 or 3 hours. So I'm gonna eat this up and I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right, guys, so it is 12 o'clock right now. I just finished eating my second meal of the day a few minutes ago. And I just want to talk to you about what I do to actually help suppress my diet so then I can just still not feel hungry and feel, you know, full and good throughout the entire day as I'm waiting for my next meal. So that main thing is going to be chewing gum, right? So I love to chew gum between all my meals just because, one, bad breath, that's nasty. And then 2, also just because when you chew gum, it does give you that sensation of actually, you know, you're chewing, you're eating, right? You're eating. And it's just gonna give you like some flavor, something to kind of suppress your appetite, give you like that little mental like buffer so where you don't feel like you're just sitting there starving yourself. This way you're at least getting some type of flavor, something to like keep your kind of mental state at rest, right? And the most important one, secondly, is gonna be drinking water. And the reason why I say that is because if you actually drink water, it's gonna make you feel full just because the actual water intake is gonna help just fill up your stomach and make you not feel that, you know, that nagging hungry pain, you know, as you're waiting for your next meal. So by also drinking a lot more water, it will help you reduce your bloating and also just keep you from actually holding a lot of water. This way your skin will look tighter and your physique will just overall look better just because you're hydrated, your skin will look better. So I highly recommend to, like, you know, drink a bottle or even 2 bottles of water, you know, between your meals, depending on, you know, how much the spacing is. And then also chewing gum, just because those 2 are going to help you tremendously as you're just trying to keep your diet in check and help you just kind of suppress, you know, that appetite and make you feel more comfortable throughout the day as you're waiting for your next meal. So I'm going to go ahead and chill for a little bit. I am at work right now. So I'll probably eat my next meal in around like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And I'll show you what I'm having at that point. All right, guys, so I'm having my 3rd meal of the day right now. It is 1:30. And this right here is gonna be my lunch. So it's gonna be 93.7 ground beef, which I usually do go for 96.4, but this is all I could find yesterday when I was trying to get myself meal prepped. And then I also have some broccoli, brown rice, and then some mushrooms. Now, I do highly recommend to add vegetables into every single one of your meals, just because it'll make you feel a lot more full. But I also don't track them as far as my macros. I really just only track the ground beef and the rice. So the total macros of this meal is gonna be 476 calories, 16 grams of fat, 47 grams of carbs, and 34 grams of protein. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this up, and I'm probably gonna add some Cholula sauce on this just to make it taste a little bit better. And then I'll see y'all later on when I have my pre-workout meal. All right, guys, so it is 4 p.m. and I'm having my pre-workout meal right now because I do leave work around 5. So I go straight to the gym afterwards. So this way I get it in around an hour and a half before my workout. This way I have something to kind of drive me during my workout and just give me that extra energy. So I'm having some ground turkey and some red bell peppers with brown rice. And honestly, I definitely think that I feel a lot better doing this whole 6 meals a day thing. Just because when I've started dividing up my meals, I definitely feel like my ghrelin levels, which is like the hormone in your body that actually makes you feel hunger, has like been suppressed. Like, and I feel a lot more satisfied throughout the day. So I definitely recommend this for someone who's like struggling with their appetite, or even just anybody who struggles with bloating. As I said earlier, this is like very beneficial for me. It's helped keep my abdominal region feeling a lot tighter, and it's a lot more obvious whenever I do bloat recently, just because I've leaned out a lot more, so it does show a lot. So yeah, I'm just standing in front of the rug rack right now. I'm about to go eat this real quick, watch some YouTube. Afterwards, I'll probably end up seeing y'all at the gym. All right, guys, so I'm actually right outside of Alpha Elite Gym. I just finished doing my chest and tricep workout, and then also I did the Stairmaster for 35 minutes for my cardio that I'm doing every single day. Now, before this workout, I did have a 3D energy, so I just want to talk real quick about energy drinks such as like Bang, Monster, 3D, and just explain what I do to actually add those into my macros. So assuming that majority of people watching this are in college, I know a lot of people do drink energy drinks when they're studying or about to go work out, right? Now, I do think that if you're in the beginning of your cut, that you don't have to be truly anal about it if you're having like one a day. You don't have to really add that into your macros, but I do think once you exceed and get to like 2 or 3, I think you do have to start adding those towards your macros, because they do have some carbs in them and then they'll actually will add up. But so I did have one, and I usually only take about 2 or 3 energy drinks a week, just because 1, they don't really work for me. I just kind of take them because I like the flavor, and then 2, just because I like to do majority of my macros actually be straight from my food sources, because now that I'm closer to prep, I do have to actually track them into my macros. So I will be tracking that 7 grams of carbs that I got from this energy drink at Alpha Elite. And now I'm about to go home, get my post-workout meal, and I'll see y'all at the house. So on my way home, I actually did stop by Kroger real quick because I am out of protein, so I can meal prep for the next 2 days, which I just want to show you real quick what I get and the protein that I use when I meal prep. And I usually try to only get enough to where I can make enough food for probably 2-3 days max, just because I feel like it tastes bad afterwards. Plus, I don't want to like freeze it and then defrost it. So I just get enough for about 2 or 3 days worth of food, and I just go back to the grocery store and buy more. So I got this 99.1 ground turkey, which is what you saw me eat earlier for my 3rd lunch or 4th meal of the day. Then again, I don't know why Kroger's been hoeing me. They only have the 93.7 again today, so I'm gonna have to use this for the next 2 days instead of the 96.4 that I usually like to get. So I'm gonna be using that. And then I'm actually out of spinach that you saw me eat during my breakfast. So got some more spinach, and then of course chicken breast. Right now I'm about to just put this into the fridge, and I'm probably gonna start meal prepping for the next 2 or 3 days. But let me go ahead and get this post-workout meal going, and then I'll show you what I'm gonna eat and my macros for it. All right, guys, so I just got the oatmeal out of the microwave. So I'm gonna show you all the secret ingredient that I use that makes it taste like 1,000 times better. And that's gonna be the Walden Farms pancake syrup. And it has 0 calories, 0 sugar. So it's gonna make it taste a lot sweeter and taste way better. So you don't need that much just because it is already relatively sweet. So I do kind of just put that on top right there. And for me personally, I don't like to eat my oatmeal when it's like really hot just because like it burns my mouth, and like I don't know why you would want to do that. So I just let it kind of soak in for a little bit like that. And then I'm also going to be drinking this protein shake, which I have 1 scoop of the Hydro Whey, the vanilla flavor from Optimal Nutrition. And the reason why I use Hydro Whey because it's just basically regular whey isolate, but they hydrolyze it and break it down even more because I do struggle with bloating. So this way it'll just digest a little bit easier in my stomach. So this is my post-workout meal. And I'll see y'all probably around like 11:30 at night whenever I have my last meal of the day before I go to bed. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this up.
I don't know why being
Bob, what do you think about my food?
That's hot. It's like a hospital food.
All right, guys, so I just spent the past hour and a half or so making food for the rest of my family because my mom is out of town and she's the one that usually does cook. And I guess I'm kind of like the second best, you know, like relatively good cooker. So I just kind of like made some food for the rest of my family since no one else can cook. Got them enough food, just eat, you know, satisfy them for the next 2 days or so. And I actually just made myself some eggs. Now I'm not gonna be adding any actual like hot sauce, like Cholula or any salsa to it, just because I think it's just gonna be best if I just eat it straight, because I do think whenever I eat something spicy late at night, it does kind of mess with my stomach a little bit. So I'm just gonna eat that, put some salt and pepper on there. And this one, it's gonna hit my total macros is gonna be 240 grams of protein, 241 grams of carbs, and 62 grams of fat. And the reason why I purposely try to keep my total macros for the day a little bit lower than usual, or my total actual goals, is because there's a lot of things that I don't truly track, such as the vegetables or like the salsa I added this morning. I don't actually track those, one, because honestly I'm kind of lazy to track every single little thing. So I try to track the most, you know, calorie dense items that I eat, focus on those, and then I do leave a little bit of a buffer at the end of the night. This way, so whenever I'm finishing up my food, finishing up the macros for the day, I still make sure that I'm getting close to that macro total. And for the stuff such as the vegetables that I was eating during the day that I showed y'all that I didn't track, even if it does add up to my total for the day, it's not gonna push me past that macronutrient like number that I need. So that's something I recommend. It just helps me with my personal mental state. It makes my life a little bit easier. So yeah, I'm gonna eat this up, drink some water, chill for about an hour or so, and then go to bed. So I just wanted to close out the video real quick. Thank y'all for watching the video. I hope it was really beneficial, taught you a little bit about how to kind of just set up your dieting, you know, so you can actually go through, lose some body fat, lose some weight, get to that goal physique you want. So yeah, if you have not already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give this video a like, and I'll see y'all in the next video.